Alright, so now that I have it in Photoshop from me tracing it back out on the paper, I want to do a few things to clean it up a little bit within the computer. So I'm going to go Image Mode Grayscale. The reason I do this is because I do not want it turning to a color when I ramp up the blacks. Also, I double click here on the background and hit OK to unlock the layer and make a duplicate of it. Alright, so check this out. Image, Adjustments, Levels. Now with levels I can move the black point. So what I want to do is move the black point until I see blacks, no grays. Just like that. And then what I want to do is clean up the area on the outside edge. So here what I do is go, because you can see these little string things, and this is a product of me not keeping my scanner clean, but it gives me a good show on how I clean stuff like this up. So if I go like this, select color range and select white by clicking out here, I can select the area of which white exists. So is it here, here? I'm going to say way out here and hit OK. Also, I'm going to do a select inverse. Edit, copy merge, edit, paste. Okay, what that did is it made this. Okay, a transparent layer now. And what I can do with this is I can fill a new layer. So I'm going to put a layer down. And I could fill this layer with white. And voila, it cleaned almost 100% of the mess up. You can see a couple little squiggle marks, but that's about it. The squiggle marks are easy enough to just go in here and erase it back. And it's on the top transparent layer. So once you do erase it, it becomes painfully obvious that it's erased. And you're not dealing with anything. Okay, just a couple little things here and there. Very nice, very nice. So again, you know, since that's on its own layer, it's totally usable in all other applications of it. So I can go in here and I can flip it around and I can add color to it and everything else. And it truly adds a really good arsenal to my TAT flash. And people, you know, actually you can sell TAT flash for very good amounts of money. You just need 5 or 6 of a theme, and then you can go into like Tattoo Flash magazine and look for you know, links where you can sell it. You can sell it online too. You can eBay it. It's amazing. There's a lot of places you can actually sell your own flash through. It is a very time consuming thing, but if you are starting to thinking that you want to get into tattoo design, you have to come up with a lot of flash, and so that way you can get into your internship, because really that's kind of what you're selling. You're selling your artwork along with the ability for you to draw your artwork on other people, and people that own like tattoo parlors will look at it and say, oh yeah, you get some real talent, and then go on from there. And then 12 years later you might tattoo somebody. Fun stuff. So now that we have this all cleaned up and everything, we could colorize it. Here's one thing that I'll probably do. I'll colorize it on the computer, but I will never let anybody, as far as a tattoo parlor, see that, because tattoo parlors are really old school. There's no way that, there might be some of the newer gen tattooers out there that do stuff on the computer in concept like I did. But if you were trying to get an internship with a tattoo parlor, and you said, hey, I can draw in Photoshop, and they would totally just make you walk out the door, because drawing in Photoshop is probably one of those things where they go, oh, big deal, you could draw on the computer. Yeah, it's a lot harder than that. They're giant. So they don't realize that, but it's one of those hard sell things. So it's great to build up your tattoo flash collection, and I would just say, hey, I used a lot of methods to draw this out. Okay, things around the area. Let's say right here. See these lines, how they're kind of all a little bit rough. They are rough. Some things that we can do to clean that up. First off, I can use another program along with Photoshop, and I probably will. First off, what I'll do is filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And what I'm going to do is blur just a slight amount. Okay. And what that did, it removed some of this line work in here. And now what I'll do is go ahead and save as, and I'll save it onto the desktop. And then in the next video, I want to show you something we can do along with Photoshop. It's a nice little program called Illustrator to clean up the line work if we wanted to.